In this video, I'm going to show you how to overlay your Twitch chat or really any window over Destiny 2 or really any game. Just like you see pictured here behind me, you got the Twitch chat window. This is kind of captured display capture. So you got the Twitch chat over the Destiny 2 gameplay here. This is pretty neat, particularly for anyone who streams on a single monitor and you want to be able to see your Twitch chat and your game at the same time without having to switch between different tabs and make sure you keep track of things, or you don't have like a phone or something to monitor it on. It puts your Twitch chat right there like a heads-up display right on top of the gameplay. So stay tuned and we'll show you how to do that with a very simple AutoHotkey script. So just to show you again what our goal here, we have the Destiny 2 gameplay here with the window overlaid. You can see it over there. This will only show up when using display capture, so if you're just capturing the Destiny gameplay, it won't show your Twitch chat, which is great. You still do all your other regular overlays in OBS without this interfering with it. And this works even with games like Destiny 2, where they disable most overlays and hooks. It does have one caveat, which I think you can see here in the clip, which is that as you're moving around in game and you're looking around, your cursor moves on screen, visibly in the background. But since there's another window here, it will at times scroll over onto that window. If you click while it's like to fire, while the cursor is over that window, it will give you that Windows ding of like an incorrect input, and it will like pull some of the focus away from your window, but not all of it. If you just move your cursor again, so you can see here, I think I just clicked right there. Yeah, so I just move the cursor over and click again, and you get back to it. So it's not terrible. There is, if you're good at AutoHotkey and scripting, there is a way around this to make it so that doesn't even happen. You can click straight through it. It's much more complicated than I wanted to go into in the script personally myself. It's also much more complicated than I wanted to go into in this video and creates more overhead for the script. This is a nice simple little script that runs easily and doesn't have much overhead. So with that, we'll show you the script here now. But then again, I will maybe make a new video in the future with the click-through one. If people want to see that, you can put that in the comments down below. But otherwise, we'll move forward with this simple one here. So the first thing you're going to need here is AutoHotkey. AutoHotkey is a pretty cool program that lets you run different simple scripts to automate different things. So you can create your own hotkeys, you can automate different things, you can edit different windows, and all sorts of different features within your Windows operating system. It's actually a really cool program. You can use it to automate all sorts of tasks, but here we're using it to create our overlay window. So if you come here to AutoHotkey, which I'll post the link down in the video description, you click download and install this. Once you have it running, you'll get this little window that looks like this little teeny tiny thing. And you'll have an option for new script, compile, help files, Windows Spy, launch settings, and editor settings. Basically, none of these buttons really matter for us. All we really want right now is the new script button. And if you click that, it will give you an option. I usually do minimal for V2 because I just want to use the latest version. But otherwise, you can do empty. And basically what this will do is it will create a new script, which is a text file, in your directory here for your scripts, right? So it's wherever, you can change it to whatever you want. When you click create, it will pull up your thing here. And you can see some other scripts here I made where I was experimenting with different things. And then if you open a script, it'll open in your default. Well, if you click edit, it will open in your default text editor. Where is it? Edit notepad, there you go. So you right click it and click edit, and it will pop up in notepad. So here it's a notepad. You can use any kind of text editor you want. You can also just drag and drop the file into your preferred text editor. And you can see here, you can see here where I have an example of the script. I prefer to do it, or at least to show you in a app with syntax highlighting though. So that's what I will show you now. So here we have the script. This is just the version I typed up. I'll post the full thing in the description down below so you can copy and paste into your own file and use it. It's maybe not the most elegantly coded solution to this, but it does work pretty well, and it's fairly simple and easy to understand. So first you have your headings here, or basic AutoHotkey headings. Then we have this global variable that's initialized here, which is the window, because we want to keep track of one window. So one thing with this script is it will only work, each time you run the script, it will only work for one window. So you run the script, you pick a window, And then forever while the script is running, it will just toggle that one window on and off of overlay mode. If you want to change to a different window, you'll have to reload the script. Again, there are other ways to do this, but I'm figuring most people out there just want to do the one window, like just the one Twitch chat. So this was simple and easy, and it makes it so that, because the problem is when you deactivate that window to make it so you can't click it, then you lose focus on what that window is. So if you're trying to track multiple windows, it'd be hard to toggle them all on and off because you can't click a window to toggle it back off. So it works best if you just have it just for one window. It's the simplest way to do it. So we have the global initialized variable. It starts to initialize to 0. And again, the control here is control space, this caret. That way AutoHotkey works as a control as a caret. So you have the key combination here, control space, and then it will execute anything that's executed here. If you want to use a different hotkey combination, whatever, you can look up the AutoHotkey scripts and how they handle key assignments, and you can put any kind of hotkey here, and then it'll run on that hotkey instead. But this is just control space. So you click on your window, then you click control space, and it will turn it into the overlay. And if you hit control space again while on any window, it will turn the overlay off and turn the window back to normal. And so that does it here. So again, we initialize the global variable window here, and then we just check if it's been assigned a window yet, right? If it has been assigned a window, we assign the window here, right? And so this only happens the one time, because forever afterwards, the window will be equal to the window ID, and so it won't assign a new one. It only assigns the new window ID if it's only at its initialized value of 0. And then this is just another check, just to double check, because sometimes things can get out of sync if something doesn't quite run correctly or whatever. Things got to stay out of sync. So here we just do an if-else statement to figure out if the window is actually disabled. If the window is disabled, we then remove the overlay. If the window is not disabled, we make it an overlay, right? And you'll see below that whenever we turn it into overlay, we disable it though. So here's the two functions. There's the MakeOverlay function here, the RemoveOverlay function here. They're pretty self-explanatory. So MakeOverlay sets window transparent to 170. With AutoHotkey, window transparency is handled from, or in Windows in general, window transparency is handled from 0, which is fully transparent, to 255, which is fully opaque. So here it's 170, which is roughly 2/3. Well, it's exactly 2/3 of window opacity. And then, so that way you can see through it and you can still see the chat as well. Then we have WinSetAlwaysOnTop to 1. That means that it will always be on top. So that's why even when you launch your Destiny 2 game, it will still be on top of the game. It will, like, nothing, and even if you move, and you close the Destiny game, it'll still be on top of whatever other windows. If you want to like switch over and like pull up dim or something like that, you'll still be able to see the chat on top. And then WinSetEnabled 0. So this is what disables the window here. And the reason why that's important is because if the window is not disabled and you click on it, then it pulls all of the focus away from your game and makes that the active window. The one thing here is, like, even with this, if you accidentally click on the window like I explained earlier, it will kind of deactivate your game window and you'll have to click back into it. But you can easily do that because the cursor doesn't move away from the game. Like, it won't minimize the game. The cursor doesn't move away from it. It doesn't make any other window active. It just momentarily loses focus of the game. You just click right back into it and you're right back at it. Before, when I did the first version of the script and I didn't disable the window, if you accidentally click the window, it like brought up your taskbar and like pulled the focus away from the game. And so if you wanted to get back to the game, you had to like basically Alt-Tab back into it to grab the cursor, or like go back and click on it. And the real problem I was having was that I was using the window I use here for the Twitch chat is the OBS chat dock. So when I was clicking on the chat dock, it was pull up me on my whole OBS. So if you're on a single monitor and doing that, like OBS just becomes your main window now, and you have to go find the game back and like try to Alt-Tab back into it, right? So disabling the window just makes all that easier. If you accidentally click, you just move the cursor over and click again, and you're back at the game. There's no other windows that pop up or anything like that. So again, there are ways to pass the clicks through to the game window below, I'm pretty sure, but not in the focus of this video. If you're interested in that, again, leave it in the comments and I can look into it further for you. And then just persist in the end here, just to make sure the script stays running. And so yeah, you can see it's pretty self-explanatory. Then the RemoveOverlay function just switches that the opposite. So it does WinSetAlwaysOnTop to 0, so it's no longer always on top. WinSetEnabled to 1, so the window is re-enabled. And then WinSetTransparent 255, so it's fully opaque. You can fully see it, and you don't see things below it. AutoHotkey, so this is a cool script. You can use it for this. AutoHotkey is pretty great in general. And you can use it to do all sorts of things. Like back when I used to do a lot of coding, I just had a simple one that would turn a window transparent. That way I could like work on my code and have like a guide in the background and then pop it transparent while typing. Read a bit of the guide, follow through, and then just pop it opaque again and keep typing, right? And I could type the whole way through because it's still active, but I could see below it. So anyway, just a little plug there for AutoHotkey and all the cool things you can do with it. So definitely grab this and experiment if you're into that kind of thing. Otherwise, just use the script as is. So I hope you find this helpful. So once you have your script file all set and set up like this, and you save it, you can go to that directory where you saved it, and if you double click on it, it'll launch it. You'll know it's launched because you'll have an AutoHotkey icon in your taskbar, in your little task thing on the bottom right. Task tray, that's right, icon tray at the bottom right. If you hover over it, it'll tell you the name of the currently active script. Also, from there, you have the options to reload it, pause it, exit, whatever you want to have control. But anyway, once you have it running, you can select a window like this. And if you hit your hotkey control space, it'll make it transparent so you can see through it to the windows below. You can't click on it now. It'll give you that Windows ding. That Windows ding here, right? That like it's not clickable, and it won't grab focus away from your other windows. So if you can have another window here, I can be working here, and if I click here, it'll pull focus away slightly, but it won't pull anything else up. So yeah, there you go. So hopefully this works out well for you. So now you should have this all set up. You should have your overlay of whatever window you like. It should be working. If it's not, feel free to leave a comment if you have run into any issues or problems, and if I see it, maybe I'll be able to help you out with it. There's also a lot of forums for AutoHotkey where you can get help there and see different options to further play with scripts. But for now, it should be great. It should be running. Should we all have your Twitch chat up even on a single monitor? And thank you for watching. And as always, if you like this video, cliche, like and subscribe, and look out for my further content. You can also catch me on Twitch for live content and Destiny 2 gameplay and other fun things over at my Twitch. My Twitch is linked in my bio. Please stop by. Feel free to talk to me about shit. Talk to me about different AutoHotkey scripts or different things you can do with streaming or anything like that. I'm here for all that kind of conversation. So feel free to jump into my Twitch anytime and talk with me about that. Thank you all. I hope to see you there.